Paulie Malignaggi criticizes Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Paulie says that he's not really crazy about rematch clauses. Going to be the same outcome with Crawford Spence, yada, yada, yada. That's what I want to talk about. Ego thoughts, let's get it. So my thing is this. Paulie Malignaggi, he can say whatever he wants, but at the end of the day, it's a legally binding contract. So nobody really cares. You can kick, scream, cry, debate. It doesn't matter. It's a legally binding contract. Boxing has always had different clauses and different things that are applicable to these fights. So to be honest, it doesn't really perturb me that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford are going to fight again at all. For one, I try not to get too emotionally involved in things. Like, you got to practice stoicism. And one thing they teach you in stoicism is like, you got to worry about the internal, less about the external. So I don't really get bothered. I'm not bothered by things that I have no control over. I can't control like something that happened. Like, you knew before Errol Spence and Terence Crawford even fought, right? You knew that there was a bilateral rematch clause. It was heavily reported. I made videos about it, etc. So why would I cry over spilt milk now that Errol Spence has triggered the rematch clause and he wants some get back? I mean, whether you think he can win or not, that is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's all about what was done in the business. It's like when they say you don't get what you're worth, you get what you negotiate. Same kind of concept. There's people out there and they could be the best employee ever, but if they don't know how to land or, pass a job interview with flying colors and sell themselves, then they're not going to get what they're worth. So the same thing. If your team is smart enough or intuitive enough to put in a rematch clause just in case you lose, then that's what it is. It doesn't really, I don't understand. There's a lot of people, not just Paulie Malignaggi, a lot of people crying. It was crying in there. They're crying about a rematch clause. But again, it's pretty foolish because how many rematch clauses does Canelo have? How many rematch clauses does Eddie Hearn put in his top fighters' contracts, like Anthony Joshua? For example, Anthony Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz, a PBC fighter, and Andy Ruiz had the belts. He could have went because Wilder was the WBC champion. Oh my God, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, right? Wilder was the WBC champion at the same time that Ruiz upset and unseated Joshua, and they were both PBC fighters. So had it not been for Eddie Hearn and Joshua and his team having the wherewithal to put a rematch clause in the thing, then we could have got an undisputed fight between Ruiz and Wilder when they were both champions on PBC, and it would have been a massive fight at that given time. Instead, per the rematch clause, we had to watch a boring Joshua box in Saudi Arabia, and Andy Ruiz came in tubby, and that was that. Versus Wilder versus Ruiz, somebody would definitely get knocked out, I believe. You know what I mean? If they were to fight. So there's no getting around that. Rematches happen, rematch clauses happen, and just because you felt the fight didn't warrant it, again, it sounds foolish because you knew before the fight, no matter what the outcome is, that both fighters had the option, and that was smart on both of their parts. If Crawford lost, he can trigger a rematch clause. If Errol loses, he can trigger a rematch clause. So it's not really a result of how it played out. You knew both fighters had the options before they stepped foot in the ring. So you have to honor that. Shout out to Crawford for saying that. Crawford was like done interviews and he was like, I gotta honor this. This is what we agreed to. I mean, it's just being a professional. You gotta cross your T's and dot your I's. And both fighters agreed to make X weight. Both fighters agreed that there's a bilateral rematch clause and this person will get the lion's share if they're the winner, things like that. So you adhere to that. It's no more, no less. So I don't really understand the people griping and complaining. Furthermore, Terence Crawford, before he got with PBC, for the last several years has fought one motherfucking time per year. I make the best points in all of boxing. I'm the best in boxing history. Bro, I make points that no one else is making. That's why you guys got to subscribe. Crawford has fought one time a year in the last final fights with Top Rank and then BLK Prime. 1 year when he fought David Avanesian last year, one time a year when he fought Sean Porter, one time a year when he fought against Kell Brook, So per the last 3 years, we've only seen Crawford fight 1 time a year. So at the end of the day, if they fight in December, then there's a chance that we get 2 Crawford fights in a year, which he hasn't done in quite some time. So at least you'll get to see Crawford and Errol Spence active. See, that's what I'm saying. People in boxing got to pick their poison. When the fighter has inactivity like Jamal Charlo, old media, all they do is complain, oh, he's not fighting, But then now we'll get some activity from Errol Spence, which he's seen some long layoffs. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford seen some long layoffs. And now you got people like Paulie Malignaggi and others, and they complaining about the activity per a contractual rematch clause. Stop it. Get it out of here. Best in the business. Subscribe. YouTube will show you some videos you may be interested. Check those on the channel. I'm clearly the best. I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with a $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.